Hello guys and welcome here to the Hitachi Truck Series. This is race number 19 here today from the Chicagoland Speedway. Today we present to you the Camping World 225. I'm Brian James here in the booth with you today. Starting on the pole will be Tim Randolph in the number 9, and to his outside will be Hillary Sanchez in the number 10. One thing we should emphasize as we get going here, this is the elimination race here on Monday night. This is the final race in the round of 10. After today, 2 drivers will be eliminated from postseason contention, and they will not advance to Talladega next race. So without any further delay, let's take a look at the playoff scenario right now. Currently, Trevor Collins and Alexander Rowe, they have raced their way in on wins. Max Anderson has clinched in on points. He has a 30-point lead over second right now. He could get 2 bonus points added to his playoff point total in this round if he manages to survive. Of course, Eric Faden, Giorgio Stumu, they've got a decent lead, but they're vulnerable entering today. Mitchell Collins, Jimmy Breeze, Casey Naneko, they're on the borderline. Keep in mind, Casey Naneko, Frodo Maratz, they are tied, but with the tiebreaker being playoff points, they're tied with wins, and they're tied in the points. But by playoff points, Casey Naneko has the advantage, hence why he would advance if it were to end right now. And Kevin Thomas needs to wake up in this round. We'll see if he can do that. But anyway, we don't want to delay any further. We'll be right back with your starting lineup here in a moment. But first, let's roll the intro. You are watching the Gaming Collaboration Network, home of the Jello Cup Series.
Oh man, through turns 3 and 4, we're going to have ourselves another photo finish. And I believe this time, the 43 Tim Randolph will win at Daytona.
The Lift National Series. Here we go. They make their way through turn 3 and 4. The pace car will peel off. And for the first time ever, the Lift National Series is green here at Daytona. The Hitachi Truck Series. And here we go. The pace truck is gonna peel off. And for the first time ever in GCN history, we have a truck series, and we are underway under the lights here at Daytona in Tuesday night heat. Start for us. Your GCN presentation starts right now. Here we go. They're on the backstretch. Let's take a look at the starting lineup on the left-hand side of your screen. And of course, again, this is the elimination race for the round of 10. Again, 2 teams will be going home. They will not be able to compete at Talladega next race, trying to advance to the championship 4. This truck will peel off. 2 of the non-playoff drivers are going to lead us to the green. It'll be Tim Randolph and Hillary Sanchez. As the green flag is out, we're underway at Chicagoland. Hillary Sanchez shall lead us to the stripe here on lap 1. Samet Ozkan, he gets up to second. I believe he won at Texas earlier, so he's one to keep an eye on here. Mitchell Collins is also working his way forward, as is Alexander Rowe. But right now it's all the 10. As here goes the 9 looking for the lead. And now the 18 is going to make it 3 wide. That'll allow the 9 of Tim Randolph to reclaim the race lead. And here comes Mitchell Collins now. He's going to get 3rd. As Samet Ozkan will battle for the lead. And Samet Ozkan will lead the lap. But here is Mitchell Collins, and keep in mind he is battling to advance to the next round of the postseason. Trevor Collins has already done so, but he is trying to put the pressure on him entering the next round. Now Mitchell Collins will go to second. As he now has his sights set on leader Samet Ozkan. And keep in mind again, a win by Mitchell Collins solidifies him into the round of 8. And I believe the round of 8 will consist of Talladega, Watkins Glen, and Gateway. So, a challenging round coming up that wraps up at Gateway. But again, this win does not solidify them into the championship 4, though. That's one thing I should stress. As you see 3 wide there again for second. As Samet Ozkan's just running away with this. The only 1.5 miles in the playoffs for these guys. Or I'm sorry, the last one of the year for these guys, I guess I should say. Not too many of them anymore on our schedules, but hey, these guys are going to want to go out with a win. As here comes LJ Toledo now, trying to battle for second. Of course, we had Rockingham and Bristol this round, so actually it's the first and only 1.5 miles in the playoffs, if you think about it. Here we go, battle for the lead is on. Samet Ozkan is under pressure from LJ Toledo and Tim Randolph. It's going to be 3 wide into the corner. And it looks like it's going to be the 9 that comes out with it, but the 18 will lead the lap. And they're still side by side going down the back stretch. No one's able to get an advantage here. And now the 18 does. But are they pitting? And they are. Or at least the 18 is. And they are so tightly packed. But the 23 of Nathan Faden to the race lead. And keep in mind, he is another non-playoff driver. Look at that, 4 wide back there. How this is working is beyond me. Here comes the 6 and all this, and now they're going to try to pit again. Here, the 28's going to stay out. And somehow, in the midst of this chaos, they managed to make it cleanly down the pit lane as Austin Horton goes to the race lead. LJ Toledo, Alexander Rowe, they're battling for that second spot, but they're going to pit this time. And they might have enough to get to the finish. We'll see. As you see the rest of them diving in here. 25 is joining them, trying to get as close as he can get. But look at this, the 18 gets out well ahead. And keep in mind, he's short pitted, so you gotta wonder if he can make it to the finish. You also gotta wonder how much that hurt him, and you see right there, it hurt him quite a bit. As Nathan Faden is out and away. What about these leaders coming off right now? The 28's out and away. There's the 23, and now the 18 is in the picture. But the 23, Nathan Faden, he'll go to the race lead. And boy, this is good practice for that 23 team because, of course, they are running in the Cup Series playoffs, which will continue with the round of 12 opening Wednesday here on GCN. That'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern. Here we go. It's Nathan Faden right now. Then it's Samet Ozkan, Austin Horton, Hillary Sanchez. Then Max Anderson rounds out your top 5. In 6th is Dylan Young. 7th is LJ Toledo, but maybe not for long because 8th is Joshua Saculli. 9th is Daniel Gittero. In 10th is Alexander Rowe, but in 11th is Karen James right now. 12th is Frodo Maratz. 13th is Tim Randolph. 14th is Willow Ruby Crouch. Battling for 15th, it's Trevor Collins, Casey Naneko. In 16th is Chase Lynn for now, but it's 3 wide with Keith Stevens and the 24s there as well, Kevin Thomas and Mitchell Collins. Kind of messed up through the field, but hey, that's your top 20 right now. As we are closing in on the final laps here. See that 23's kind of put a gap on him. Here comes the 28 of Austin Horton, and keep in mind he's got slightly fresher tires than the 18 does right now. But it won't matter, the 18 is going to hang on. And again, we remind you the next round consists of Talladega, Watkins Glen, and Gateway. With Talladega being this weekend coming up. Should be a very exciting and aggressive race. And of course, some of these guys still got to get through the Lift National race and the Gel Cup race this weekend. We'll see what happens. Of course, for Lift National Series, this is round 2 of their round of 12. With the last round of that being at the Charlotte Roval. The Cup has this race, Talladega on Sunday, and then the Roval, and that'll wrap up their round of 12. Yeah, trucks don't go to the Roval, unfortunately. Maybe, just maybe, next season. We'll see. 4 laps to go. And I wouldn't rule this race over yet. Keep in mind, these guys might not have enough fuel to get to the finish. That's a possibility. But one thing's for certain, unless we stack them up for overtime and something dramatic happens, I mean, we're going to have a non-playoff driver upset. Keep in mind, all Nathan Faden has to do is make it around a couple more times here. He's got about 3 miles to see that 18 pitting. And will that start a cycle of stops? Two laps of racing to go. Daniel Gittero, he's up to third. That is not a playoff driver, though. Alexander Rowe is also climbing. Does he stay aggressive and maybe get a second win in this round? That would put him at 18 playoff points. It won't matter. Will we get a caution? Doesn't look like it's going to be white flag. 1 lap of racing to go. Presented by Mitchell's Memes. And it looks like the 18 is the only one that just didn't have enough to get to the finish. Heartbreak for them, as we got a side-by-side battle for the win. It's Austin Horton, Nathan Faden, through turns 3 and 4. That 28's got to run. And through turn 4, Austin Horton on a last lap pass will win at Chicagoland. How's about that? I didn't know if he'd have the run through that final corner, but he made it work. And Austin Horton is a Truck Series winner. Congratulations to the 28 team. And now the big question is, who will advance to the next round of the playoffs? We, of course, will find out here on GCN in just a moment. But first, let's show you your results and your standings. Your results, and then we'll be back here in 15 seconds. So stay tuned here to GCN. Hello guys, and welcome here to the Hitachi Truck Series post-race show after Chicagoland. Anyway, we saw a thriller. Congrats to Austin Horton. He apparently went from last place to first, so he made up 35 spots to win the race and pull off the upset on our playoff drivers. So congratulations to him. Now let's take a look at the standings after the round of 10. So we already knew Max Anderson, Alexander Rowe, Trevor Collins. We already know those three were going to advance. But joining them will be Eric Faden, Frode Maratz, Mitchell Collins, Casey Naneko, and Kevin Thomas. They all make the round of 8. And they will be running to try to make the championship 4 in just a few short weeks. Unfortunately for Giorgio Stumu and Jimmy Breeze, they're headed home, and they both fell 1 point short of making it the championship, and that's a tough break for them. Congratulations to the 8 that advanced. Congratulations, Austin Horton. We want to thank you guys for watching, and we hope to see you for race number 20 from Talladega on Saturday. Until then, goodbye everyone.